Our next speaker is going to talk about guerrilla gardening, and she hails from Lincoln. What's the name of it? My wife works there. I can't remember the name of it. Crops. Amy Burt.
Guerrilla gardening. What is guerrilla gardening? Gardening on a piece of land with or without permission. Also, the illicit cultivation of someone else's property. Now, I'm not suggesting you do anything illegal. Remember, with or without permission. But I come here tonight to share with you my love and my passion, and that's food. It's people. It's community. It's taking matters into our own hands and not waiting for someone else to solve our problems for us. I'll tell you a quick story. A couple years ago, I went to Pimp Your Pavement. It's about, greening urban spaces. But I went to the Capitol to talk about against the GMO legislation. And I'm staring at this crowd of people with bored looks on their faces and no feedback at all from them. And after I left, I felt totally disheartened. I felt like I didn't make any change at all. And I went out and I had a conversation with a friend, and I went out into my yard and I started gardening and realized that I could make direct action and direct change immediately that day within my own empowerment. That's what guerrilla gardening is. It's empowerment and direct action. And it's also can be done with people in creating community. So the reason that I'm interested in guerrilla gardening is that it's the direct action, but it's also food. Our food travels 1,500 miles, from an average of 1,500 miles from farm to plate, even here in the Midwest. We don't grow food out here. We grow corn and soybeans, mostly GMO. So our food travels 1,500 miles, and on average, the grocery stores in our community have 3 to 5 days worth of food. That's not I don't feel very food secure with those two ideas, those concepts. With guerrilla gardening, I can go out, I can garden in my own property, but there's all this abundant land here in Lincoln, all over, being unused. And I can go out and I can share with my community my love for food, my love for greening the urban spaces, and I can contribute back to my community and make a difference immediately. I don't have to wait for legislation. I don't have to call up my politicians. I don't have to make legislative change. I can do it today. Guerrilla gardening is a movement. It's a movement of people that are sick and tired of our political systems that make us feel disempowered. One of the things that's going on is people will go out and guerrilla garden. In the last slide, you saw a little sign with a person over there, a little handkerchief over their face. People go out and guerrilla garden and then put little signs, like this has been guerrilla gardened. Even they can put up little signs that say, water me, so that someone else can contribute to the guerrilla gardening. We can garden with people. We can garden in our urban spaces. We can garden in daylight, like this photo here. We can, you see the tree stump that used to have a living tree. We can guerrilla garden in these spaces and create change immediately and green up our urban spaces. This is a picture of clover. You can't see it very well, but this is pavement. So someone has come along and scattered some seeds, and instantly we have green urban spaces. Seed balls, also known as seed bombs. You take seeds, fertilizer like composted manure, compost, soil, and you roll them up in a ball, and then you can throw them where you need them. The seed balls are great because it gives the seeds everything they need to germinate, and then they wait for the rainfall. It also is great because it gives you access to places you would otherwise you couldn't get to. Wouldn't this be great? You're traveling down our bike paths and like have green space dividing you from the cars. I mean, come on, really, you know? So wrapping up here, what I want to say is that, by my slide here, the role of a revolutionary artist is to make the revolution irresistible. And it's our job to make the community we want to live in, our vision, to make it what we want to be. And the revolution, this next revolution, will be cultivated. Thanks.
Thanks, Amy. And that seed ball, or the clay ball, what do they call them? Seed bombs, right. There's this great film that this Japanese guy did, and he put tree seeds in a bunch of clay and made like baseball sizes, and then dropped them out of airplanes along the Sahara and actually kind of re-greened the Sahara Desert with that, because then the big rains come and that's when they germinate or something. Masanabe Fukuoka, if you're interested. But around here that's not going to work. You know, like you might want to get maybe just some pumpkin seeds or something and throw those around, or whatever it is. But what I do want to encourage you is plants love to be talked to, so don't forget them. Like once they germinate, go and hang out with them for a while. Talk to them. Plants enjoy conversation. And they can't really tell if, you know, you're talking to yourself or you're talking to them, you know, it doesn't matter. And that's why the lawn looks great at the regional center. Thanks.